हेलो दोस्तों, नमस्कार। स्मार्ट स्मेट इसका सॉइल मैकेनिक्स स्मार्ट स्कैन का YCT का स्मार्ट स्कैन का 10वां चैप्टर आज हम लोग कवर करेंगे। स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ स्लोप। स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ स्लोप। Stability refers to capacity slope stability refers to the capacity of the soil mass to withstand its gravitational forces. It depends upon the shear strength of the soil. Higher the shear strength of the soil, higher will be the stability of soil. Factor of safety for different conditions on the cohesionless soil: dry or moist. S upon tau. F factor of safety for different condition of cohesionless soil. S upon tau 10 phi upon 10 I. Submerged soil, factor of safety 10 phi upon 10 I. For safety of no failure Fs is greater than or equal to 1. Fs is equal to the 10 phi upon 10 I, greater than or equal to 1. 10 phi is greater than 10 I. Phi is equal to or greater than of I for stability. राजस्थान असिस्टेंट मैनेजर डेयरी वाले पूछा गया था। देखते हैं यहाँ पे अनस्टेबल स्लोप, मोहर फेलियर एनुअल के अंदर में रहने वाला स्टेबल स्लोप। फाई इज ऑलवेज ग्रेटर देन ऑफ आई। आई ये हो गया, फाई ये हो गया। I is less than 5. For stability. Maximum angle in case of infinite slope is cohesionless soil should be less than the internal friction. Case of slope is cohesionless. Infinite slope in cohesionless soil should be less than internal friction. Internal friction should be less than the internal friction. Type of slope infinite. It is the transverse extent of a slope is greater than the depth of failure zone is known as infinite slope. Failure of infinite slope takes place due to sliding and failure plane is planar and parallel to ground surface. The strata of different soil are parallel to the surface of slope. If the transverse extent of a slope is greater than the depth of failure zone, फेलियर जोन की डेप्थ से ज़्यादा हो, ट्रांसवर्स एक्सटेंट ऑफ अ स्लोप, तो वो इनफाइनाइट स्लोप हो जाएगा। फेलियर इनफाइनाइट स्लोप टेक प्लेस ड्यू टू द स्लाइडिंग एंड फेलियर प्लेन, स्लाइडिंग की वजह से, एंड फेलियर प्लेन इज प्लानर एंड पैरेलल टू ग्राउंड सरफेस। The strata of different soil are parallel to the surface of slope. Failure plane. Stability of infinite slope of cohesionless soil. Ground surface I. B. B cos theta. Failure plane. Normal stress sigma is normal upon area. Gamma z cos square I. Normal stress बराबर n is the normal component upon area. Normal component of gamma into z into p cos square I. Area is b into l. Tangential stress or shear stress tau is equal to t upon area, equal to gamma into z cos I into sin I. Tangential stress or shear stress. In case of the pore water pressure mu gamma w into z cos square I हो जाएगा। फैक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी s अपॉन z बराबर tan phi अपॉन tan I। Stability analysis of infinite slope of cohesive soil. shear strength C बराबर S बराबर C प्लस गामा z cos स्क्वायर I इंटू tan phi। shear stress of cohesive soil. shear strength is shear stress in cohesive soil. Tau is equal to gamma into z cos I sin I। The height at which slope is just stable called critical height. z c बराबर हो जाएगा critical height c अपॉन गामा tan I माइनस tan phi cos square I। Finite slope. If the transverse extent to the slope is less than the depth of failure zone, then it is known as finite slope. Extent of slope is less than the depth of the failure zone. Transverse extent of slope is less than the depth of failure zone, then it is known as finite slope. This slope occurs due to the rotation. Finite slope are bounded by the top and bottom surface. Shape of failure surface circular or spiral. shear strength S बराबर C प्लस सिग्मा 10 फाई। C प्लस सिग्मा 10 फाई। फैक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी एफ एस बराबर एस अपॉन टाउ डी। Tau d is the average shear stress developed along the potential surface. Shear stress developed along the potential surface. Rotational failure occurs due to the rotation along a slip surface. इसमें क्या हो रहा था? Slope occurs due to rotation less than the depth of the failure zone. Failure zone less than था। यहाँ पे बोले failure occurs due to the rotation along a slip surface by the downward and outward movement of soil mass. Shape of slip surface for homogeneous soil conditions circular, for non-homogeneous soil non-circular. Type of rotational failure: face या slope failure, toe failure, base failure. Face या slope failure occur along the surface that intersect the slope above the toe. Failure occurs along the surface. Face या slope failure क्या होता है? Failure occur along the surface that intersect the slope above the toe. above the toe हो जाएगा face failure. फेस ये हो जाएगा फेस फेलियर। टो फेलियर क्या हो जाएगा? व्हेन फेलियर सरफेस पासेस थ्रू द टो, टो से पास कर जाए। टो फेलियर। बेस फेलियर क्या होगा? इट इज केस ऑफ द फेलियर सरफेस पासेस बिलो द टो, बिलो टो होगा तो बेस फेलियर। स्लोप सर्कल। डेप्थ ऑफ फाउंडेशन इज लेस देन 1, फेस फेलियर। Depth of foundation is equal to the 1, toe failure. Depth of foundation is greater than 1, base failure. Face, toe and base failure. Transverse failure. It occurs in infinite slope along a long failure surface parallel to the slope. It occurs in infinite slope along a long failure surface parallel to the slope. It occurs in infinite slope along a long failure surface parallel to the slope. Translation failure, transverse नहीं था, translation failure बढ़ता जाए। It occurs in infinite slope along a long failure surface parallel to the slope. लॉन्ग फेलियर सरफेस है, पहला टू द स्लोप के साइड के स्लोप को लेकर के। रोटेशनल स्लिप, वेटिंग फ्रंट, ग्राउंड वाटर टेबल, ट्रांसलेशन स्लिप। This failure occurs when hard stratum at a shallow depth of soil and layered material. Compound failure, its failure surface is curved at the two end and plane in the middle portion. Its failure surface is curved at the two end and plane in the middle portion. It is combination of rotational and translation slip. Combination होता है combine. Wedge failure, a failure along a inclined plane is known as plane block wedge failure. It occurs when the distinct block and wedge of the soil mass become separated. It is mostly occur when the wedges and the distinct block of soil mass get separated. Wedge failure occur in both finite and infinite conditions. Coulomb's method, Kalman's method है, Coulomb नहीं है. Kalman's method, it is a use of the approximate stability analysis of homogeneous slope. This method gives accurate result of for homogeneous slope which are vertical or nearly vertical. Homogeneous, Kalman homogeneous. Accurate result for homogeneous slope with a vertical or nearly vertical. Weight of wedge, W is equal to 1/2 gamma into L, density unit weight into L length, Z by sin I into sin 1 minus I minus alpha. वन माइनस अल्फा. वेट बताएगा इसका. C बराबर CM इंटू एल. सेफ हाइट 4MC CM अपॉन गामा 1 माइनस साइन 1 माइनस कॉस 1 माइनस फाइव एम. सी बराबर CM इंटू एल. सेफ हाइट बराबर 4CM अपॉन गामा ऊपर हो जाएगा साइन आई इंटू कॉस फाइव एम. Z is height of the slope, and cm is the horizontal cohesion, phi angle of mobilized friction, L is length of the failure surface. Analysis of the stability of infinite slope. Based on the total slope analysis, Swedish circle method, method of the slips, method of slices. This method first introduced by Salenius 1926 for the analysis of the finite slope stability of C5 soil. Total stress. Circle, Swedish circle, C and phi. In this method, the soil mass above the assumed slip circle is divided into a number of vertical slices, 6 to 12, of equal width. There is no friction between two slices. सात आठ नौ 10 11 12. The actual shape of a slip surface in case of the finite slope is curvilinear or circular. Resting moment is developed due to the cohesion and friction. Overturning moment is developed due to the tangential component of slices. This method can be used for homogeneous and stratified soil where seepage takes place and pore pressure are present in soil. Factor of safety variable resting moment. Driving moment बराबर CL plus summation of n tan phi upon summation of t. L is length of the arc, normal strength n, normal component n is equal to W cos alpha, tangential component T is equal to W sin alpha. Friction circle method. It is useful for slope stability analysis of homogeneous soil. Slope stability analysis for the homogeneous soil. This method, the failure surface is the arc of a circle. It is based on the assumption that the resultant reaction along a slip surface is tangential to a circle of radius phi. F बराबर C upon Cm, F phi बराबर tan phi upon tan phi m. Friction circle method. 10 5 hour F5 hour 10 5 upon 10 5 m. Based on the assuming the resultant reaction along a slip surface is tangential of the R is equal to R sin small r sin phi. Capital R is equal to small r sin phi. Phi circle capital R A small r into sin phi. और बेस ऑन द इफेक्टिव स्ट्रेस फिर ये सरफेस ये हो जाएगा फाई सर्कल ये हो जाएगा बेस ऑफ द इफेक्टिव स्ट्रेस एनालिसिस टेलर्स मेथड स्टेबिलिटी नंबर इफेक्टिव स्ट्रेस एनालिसिस it is based on principle of soil mass resistance against sliding because of cohesion and internal friction acting over the failure plane. This method is suitable for steep ice and clay soil. Taylor. This method is suitable for steep ice and clay soil. Taylor stability number Sn. Taylor determined the value of Sn for finite slope using the friction circle. Sn is stability number Sn बराबर Cm upon gamma into H बराबर C upon Fc gamma into H. Fc gamma into H. Cm is the mobilized unit cohesion. Cm is equal to capital C upon Fc. स्टेबिलिटी फैक्टर बराबर हो जाएगा 1/Sn. Sn is directly proportional to C and directly inversely proportional to H. Stability number is directly proportional to cohesion या directly proportional to height. Directly height. Used to stability chart to determine factor of safety for a given slope. To determine the steepest slope for a given IUS, steepest slope of the given FOS. Biceps method. This method used the method of the slices discretize and soil sample determine the factor of safety. Difference between the method and the ordinary method. Difference between this method and ordinary method of slices is that the resolution of forces take place in the vertical direction instead of the direction normal to the arch. Center of rotation R slice 1 R alpha W failure surface. ये सब है. अगला क्वेश्चन है अर्थ प्रेशर थ्योरी. शियर स्ट्रेस तक जाएगा। ठीक है, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय।